Dragons, for as long as they have existed, have always represented a symbol: power. And now, Veronica, the big titty dragon mecha waifu, is the new physical amplifier? Am I seeing that right? Well, apparently I am seeing that right. Veronica is the new physical and ignition amplifier, replacing Elisa Echo.
Know your place, trash.
So today, we'll be covering her kit, rotations, memories, teams, investment, and giving my personal thoughts. Please keep in mind that all the following was recorded and tested on the creator test server. As such, this is subject to change. Also, yes, I'm back. So if you'd like to see guides in a quick guide format, then leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Make sure to leave a comment about other things you would like me to cover. Now, onto the guide. Veronica has two states: her normal human state and her dragon state, where she floats in the air with her wings. In her human state, she only has blue orbs and her special yellow orb. By pinging blue orbs, you can fill up her core gauge, and by tapping yellow, you will consume her core. Her first signature move has two variations. Sort of, but not really. If you tap her first signature move, then you will stay in her physical mode, and by holding down first signature move, she'll enter her ignition mode, only being able to use red pings and her special yellow orb. She can also hold dodge to perform a special move. However, this move is absolutely useless, and you will never be using this in meta content. Pinging red orbs will fill her core gauge, and by holding yellow she will consume her core gauge rather quickly and fill up her energy gauge. However, her yellow orb can also be tapped right after she enters her dragon form, consuming the red orbs and immediately filling her core gauge. From here, you could hold yellow or continue to tap yellow to then consume the rest of the core gauge. Finally, her second signature move will either deal physical or ignition damage depending on what mode she is in. Finally, let's give a quick rundown on the ignition effect. Best way to sum it up is enhanced fire, but it leads to DOT effect. The way the effect works is you build stacks of combustion and then ignite them, causing the DOT effect. Now, when the enemies are inflicted with ignition, they will receive extra damage from the ignition effect equal to the number of ignition stacks, and multiply by 30%. So if you're thinking to yourself that Veronica's kit sounds vaguely familiar, congrats, you'd be right. She basically plays like Veronica with extra steps. Veronica's rotations aren't too complex, nor is there many of them for you to remember. So to start, SS and SS3 have a singular rotation that goes as follows. Swap in, 3 blue, yellow, Alt 1, yellow 3 times, Alt 2, 3 blue, swap out. Keep in mind that you will want to initially start on Veronica and do a 3 blue ping before swapping out. This way you can consistently set up her following rotations afterwards. Moving on to our SS rotation, it goes like so. Swap in, yellow, Alt 1, tap yellow, hold yellow, Alt 2. Blue 2 times, yellow, blue, Alt 1, tap yellow, hold yellow, Alt 2, swap out. Now her ignition rotations are a tad different, with her SS rotation going like so. Swap in, 3 blue, yellow, hold Alt 1, red 3 times, hold yellow, Alt 2, swap out. And our SS rotation goes like this. Swap in, yellow, hold Alt 1, red 3 times, hold yellow, Alt 2, swap out. When I said our rotations are extremely similar to Vera, I wasn't kidding. Veronica has 3 different memory sets, 1 support set for her physical team, and 2 sets for her ignition team, depending entirely if you have Dante or don't have Dante. There's also a theoretical physical set that I came up with, but we'll need more testing in the future. Her physical support set consists of 2-piece keys, her signature memory set, on top of the 2 top slots, and her 4-piece Da Vinci on the bottoms and the leftover top slot. For weapon harmonization, run Philip. For memory resonance, run attack and crit on the tops and class skill on the bottoms. For her ignition set, if you do have Dante, then run 4-piece Da Vinci on the bottoms and 1 on the top. And then on 2-piece Einstania or Guinevere on the leftover top slots. Then you can run either Einstania or Guinevere on the weapon harmonization depending on what you didn't pick. For memory resonance, run any with attack on the tops and class skill on the bottoms. Finally, if you do not have Dante for ignition, you will swap out a 4-piece Da Vinci memories for 4-piece Shakespeare. Everything else will remain the same. Now about the theoretical memory set. While it needs more proper testing, if you don't have Selena Pianissimo or Honging Solistune, the Veronica would ideally be built to deal a little bit more damage. In which case, run her 4-piece signature set Keats and 2-piece pattern, while harmonizing pattern. Memory placement here doesn't really matter since they all have the same attack. Finally, you would Rezo attack and crit on the tops, and core passive on the bottoms. Like I said, this is purely a theoretical set, and I don't recommend building it yet unless you really need to. This set needs further testing and improvements and may not yet be ideal. Free-to-play is lucky for you, Veronica is completely playable without her signature weapon, and her 2-piece memory set has the same crit damage bonus as Elisa's memory set. However, her weapon is still extremely important to grab if you can, since it also provides a crit bonus on top of her memory set, making it a very high priority if you can grab it. But if you can't, you're still going to be fine. For weapon resonance, you will want Glorious Spear, Superconducting Axial Ray, and finally Incandescence. Veronica's ideal team members for physical is going to be Selena Pianissimo and Honging Solistune, and for ignition, ideally you will have Dante and Nanami. However, if you are lacking Dante, then you can run with Tanabe Epitaph for extra fire shred if Nanami isn't triple S. However, if she is triple S, then run Vera Garivore. Just make sure either one is running 4-piece Da Vinci instead of Shakespeare. For other characters you can run in physical, ideally if you don't have Selena, you would run Bianca Stigmata. And if you are really coping, then you can run Rosetta Rigger, but I don't recommend that unless you really need her. And now we come to the investment section to see whether or not you free-to-plays are screwed. And lucky you guys, you aren't. In fact, Veronica, while wanting your signature weapon, is perfectly playable without it, making the free-to-play level of investment just double S, which you can attain through Phantom Pancake and her 5-star weapon. For low spenders, her next priority is obviously going to be her signature weapon, since it provides another crit bonus on top of her memory set. Double S3 is decent for quality of life, however it isn't required. But if you have the funds and have Double S3 acquired, then it's a solid pickup. Finally, Whales. Triple S is a massive quality of life and is kind of actually huge. So that's your next target, followed by resonating your signature weapon even further. I'm going to be honest. I think I would have liked it a lot more if Veronica was a tank of some sort, seeing as I personally think she fit that role a lot better. However, that's just my thoughts. After scrolling through Twitter more than I care to admit, I also realized that Veronica's reception has been lukewarm at best. Not everyone is fond of her design, and while I have come around to it personally, probably thanks to her huge honkers, I can understand why some people just don't appreciate it. Not only that, but to be frank, with Elisa being free and a character you can get to triple S through the voucher shop, it just adds further insult to injury. Her gameplay, like I mentioned earlier, feels a lot like Vera Gariforce, but with extra steps. Regardless, she is still going to be the new metaphysical amplifier. So tell me everyone, will you be pulling Veronica? Let me know in the comments down below, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Any support is greatly appreciated. Finally, join my Discord if you need extra help or want to chill with my Doe community. Until next time everyone, take care and I'll see you all in the next video.